Hello, Els.
Hi, Paula.
Today we're going to discuss Guideline 8, and that is we practice being present with others, seeing each person as whole, and not defining them by their appearance, mood, behavior, or circumstance. And Els, as a group member, it's reassuring that you can show up and be accepted no matter how you feel, what you say or do, and how you look. It is a practice, and seeing wholeness in others may not always be easy, especially when buttons are being pushed, if you know what I mean by that. Yeah. It's funny how people can push your buttons. And so, Els, when have you struggled to see someone as whole? When have your buttons been pushed, and what helped you shift your perspective?
When I judge someone,
Yeah,
and judging is mostly comes mostly from a button who is pushed.
yeah,
Yeah. So when I judge someone, I can't see them as whole, and I see them as guilty.
I
This
get
is
that.
something I immediately feel, of course, because inner peace has been lost.
Mm,
So when I've lost inner peace, I know I'm judging, projecting.
yeah,
And that's when things get interesting, of course, when inner peace is lost and
yeah,
I'm catching myself on judging. And then is the question, am I willing at that moment to choose inner peace above all else? So I'm willing to give up rightness and be open to happiness. And
mm,
when I do, I feel immediate liberation, of course. I come home to myself and have removed all my projections onto others, but it asks for willingness. When there's a judgment,
mm,
which I take serious, then I don't recognize people as whole. I don't see them as whole. Somebody once said to me, "You are not so loving as Manchu Patel," and that was like, like
yeah,
what? But that's nonsense.
yeah,
When I did a forgiveness exercise on that for over 2 months, and then one morning I was sitting again doing this exercise, and then it was like an explosion of light in me, and it just was gone. It was so powerful, a powerful experience. And well, in a way, it's lovely when you have a judgment,
yeah,
because a judgment can invite you
mm,
to this forgiveness exercise or to realize you don't want to judge, you want be in
yes,
inner peace. And of course, for a facilitator, it's very helpful not to judge and be in inner peace. So one of the main aspects of facilitating is always returning to inner peace. And when a judgment comes up, don't grab it, just let it pass by, like a cloud in the air. Just let it pass by, or like a bird that comes down and then flies again. But when you grab the judgment, then you are, well, yeah, your
yes, yeah,
pieces has
yeah,
flown
yeah.
out of the window. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, so it's a process, isn't it? And so when you've grabbed that judgment, it's important to just stay in here too, not to project it out.
No, it's just
Yeah,
it comes and it goes, but when I grab it, when I take it in, then my
yeah.
my friendliness and my kindness and my
Mm,
peacefulness is gone. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mm. Okay, so if you observe from a perspective of seeing love or fear in a person, you say that you see a different world. An out of control adult is no different from a screaming child. Can you explain this? I like what you've said here. It's
Well, in a sense, this is of course about childish behavior.
Mm,
And a child is scared and starts
yeah,
screaming, or they are angry and start stamping their feet.
yeah.
And this is also what adults can do. They stamp their feet and they scream. And when an adult is scared, we see that they can't deal with it in a different way. It's just the way they deal with it is what they do. They are on that moment
Yeah.
not able to do it in a different way, and they'll get angry. They will yell. They will act up. They will make threats. Yeah, that's a very making threats is a very adult way, adult childish way of behavior.
Yes.
And anyone who sees themselves as whole has no reason to be fearful and to be afraid, and even when they are.
Yes. Yeah. Even when they are afraid.
Yes.
True.
When you see yourself as whole,
Yeah.
you have no reason to be afraid. You will not be afraid even if you are. It's a crazy
Yeah.
sentence, I know, but
Yeah.
probably you understand what I say.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So that letting go of fear completely because
Yes.
you
So
see yourself as
there's
whole.
a very comforting and reassuring uh,
Yeah.
uh, place where you stand on. And then here in duality are things going on, and
Yeah.
it can be frightening, but
Mhm.
this comforting peace is
Yeah.
still there, and you know it is there. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a piece that nothing can hurt me. Like on the
exactly,
inside, you know that on the
exactly,
inside.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So when I forget it, it can look very childish and very, well, whatever. Yeah.
Me too.
But when I'm grounded, when I'm
Yeah.
in this base, you know, in
Yeah.
this is that there's no problem at all. And
Yeah.
that you could say, apart from all the stories we have about what happens, how are you? Apart from all the stories.
Mm.
So how are you? Apart from all these, you know exactly what stories, all these stories, how are you? And the only thing I can find is I'm very well, I'm okay, I'm peaceful, I'm
Yeah.
home.
Yes.
Yeah. So but when I make fragments of it, so I forget
The wholeness.
this whole, yeah, the wholeness, the being at home. I just
Yeah.
forget it, and I
Mm.
play in the theater of the duality. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Els, there's a quote in your book. You can tell what you're thinking by observing what you're seeing. In what ways or what way does choice shape this process, and how does it connect to this guideline?
Every interpretation of what you think you see is a thought you have projected outward.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you think you see something there, you can see from there, you can see what's going on here.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
here the sentences are formulated, and here the ego does its work, and here the judgments come from. So
Yeah.
there's a judgment here, and I just glue it on there.
Yeah.
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 So when
Yeah.
I've never heard of a cucumber, I would never call something a cucumber over there.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
all projections, if you reflect on them, give you insights about what you are thinking. And
Mm.
if you think you see a bad person
Mm.
outside yourself, um, you know this is applies also to you. You will see it inside yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
And seeing wholeness in another person allows you to see and experience yourself as whole.
Mm. Mm.
So
Yeah.
it can be very helpful to project and
Yes.
then add all these names. For example, Paula is, and then my parents are, and then you make a list, you know, with complaints. Eh?
Yes.
Not when you are just totally happy. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't mess with it. But when you have complaints, you can make this list, and then you take a pen and
Yeah.
you scratch out all these names, and you add your own name, and then you will
Ah.
meet yourself, what you
Yes.
think
Yeah.
about yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
You will get to know
Yeah.
yourself. But what
Yes.
you
Yeah.
think about others is what you think about yourself.
Yeah. 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 Like yeah, if you're thinking that a person is something, so I'll just say a word, John. John is a pain in the neck or,
Yes,
annoying or something. And so cross out his name and put my name. And it's,
yes. Then you would
okay.
say Paul is a pain in the neck, and then you could add, especially around John
Yeah.
or about John.
Yeah. And I can see how this definitely relates to the guideline. Yeah. If you're observing someone who is in a bad mood and is, having a tantrum or, really lashing out, um,
Yeah, when you try to make that the truth about that person,
yes.
you are mistaken.
Yeah. 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 So it's seeing their wholeness regardless of how they're acting out.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And when you don't
Mm.
understand that that is not what the person is, that tantrum,
Yeah.
as long
Yes.
as you don't understand that's not what the person is, you will hate yourself when you have a tantrum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
you don't agree there, you don't agree here. But
Yeah.
when you know that sometimes people have tantrums and it doesn't mean anything about
Mm.
what they are in essence, it doesn't say anything about their wholeness, then you could say, yeah, well, I'm whole, and sometimes I have a tantrum.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And it's
I
okay to
told
do that.
this weekend a lady, we had a workshop of a training, and this lady said, sometimes I have to scream at my husband. I said, well, you can say to him, please sit down on the couch. I take the timer, I put it on 5 minutes. I have to scream for 5 minutes. It's possible your name is in the screaming, and it has nothing to do with you. It works.
Okay. So it's the release.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and the message has been given, and it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the person on the couch. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could try it.
Els, there's a British comedy called Keeping Up Appearances,
Yes,
which
yes,
is quite funny.
yeah.
Hyacinth Bucket, she pronounces it bouquet, works hard to impress all others. And you say in your book, choose to look beyond appearances, refuse to see nonsense or judge, and
Yeah,
every judgment you release loses its hold on
yes.
you. It just came up when I read that. It's like, yeah, I just laugh at that because she always pulls people up for saying her name is Bucket. She calls it bouquet. She has to. Very British. What do you mean? Yeah. So, what do you mean by nonsense, and how might it feel to be seen as whole, no matter how you show up?
Yeah, well, of course, all judgments are false, not true, and therefore nonsense. Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know that.
I never have had a judgment from which I could say it's absolutely, totally, 100% true. So as you could say that every thought that thinks something, a thought that thinks something about something is a judgment.
Yes,
It's
okay. So
yeah,
it's quite a tongue twister.
yes, yes, and especially for Dutch people.
Yeah. Every thought that thinks something
About something
about something
is not true, it's a judgment.
is not true as a
Yeah,
judgment.
every thought is a
Yeah,
judgment.
yeah,
Whatever it is, it's always a judgment. Yeah.
yes,
Because
yeah.
when you wouldn't compare,
Mm,
when you wouldn't be able to compare
yes,
duality, compare duality, when
yeah,
you wouldn't be able to compare, there would never be a judgment.
yes, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So every thought comes
Hmm.
from comparison,
Yes,
is always a judgment, and is
right.
always not true, because
Yeah,
it's never 100% true, because
yes.
truth is always 100% true. There's
Mm,
no contradiction on that. There's no exception on that.
yes, yeah,
And
yeah.
therefore, judgments, nonsense.
Yeah, okay. And judgment, can you just say that? So the judgment it comes from comparison, was it? You said,
Absolutely. Could you make
yeah.
a judgment without comparison?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, you
comparing.
mean no, but you say yes.
Yeah. That's it. So my understanding from this chapter in your book is that the universe has me and we're a team. I really like that, thinking of it that way. When when I trust in that, freedom is available to me and to everyone else. And we all share this universal life force energy. So can you explain what you mean by that and the relationship to this guideline?
You are a team with the universe,
Yeah.
and you are part of the universe, and simultaneously
Mm,
you are the entire universe.
mm, mm.
So it's a bit complicated to explain, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't have to explain. It's just because we are very nosy and very curious
Yeah.
about things. So we try
Yes.
to find words. But in fact, you are the universe, and you are a team with the universe. And as long
Yeah.
as you see an I, you think the
Mm.
universe an I, but you are part of it. And not only
Yes.
that, you are it. And
Yeah.
then I look again and I think, oh, the universe. I'm here and there's the universe.
Yeah.
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 But it's another way of saying you are whole. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
whole. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
as everyone is your friend and you are the friend you are befriend with. It's
Yes.
two, you know, we
Yeah.
are just one.
Yeah.
And seeing
Yeah.
wholeness is seeing what you are in essence.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, being open to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
and
yeah.
and you can use another to see that wholeness. If you recognize and see it in someone else,
Mm.
uh, you will recognize it as a living truth in you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And seeing that in others just helps to amplify that connection that we all have, to
Yes,
everything,
you
everyone and
will.
everything.
Yes, in effect, uh,
Mm.
uh, it's not like we connect. Here's the connection, but
Yeah.
it's why you open yourself
Yeah.
and you expand yourself because you are this expansion,
Yes.
everything drops in it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not it's like there's a line here, but it's the same.
Yes, yeah. I do get that feeling of expansion too
Yes.
is, yeah, and that's ever sort of present, but we consciously choose to come back to that, don't we?
Yeah,
it's
well, as long as we say I, we
yeah.
make a fragment of ourselves and we jump out, not in truth, of course,
Yeah.
but uh,
Yes.
as long as I think that I'm an I,
Mm.
uh, I take myself out of universe, out of wholeness, out of not really, not but just as a thought.
Yes. Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
I stop saying I,
Yeah.
it opens here, and
Mm.
it's uh, not that connection is restored, but the connection presents itself to me uh,
Yes.
where it
Yeah.
always was, but where I couldn't find it because I thought I was an I.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah. But do you feel you live in that space all the time, or?
Well, I live in that space all the time, and of course, I say I talk to people and say, "Let's go in the car." So I don't want with everyone in the car. I want with Anya in the car. Yeah. So I use words, of course,
Yeah.
uh,
Yes. Yeah.
but of course, I live always in this
Yeah. Yeah.
wholeness, and that's what happens when you connect with there. You feel you live in the wholeness, and you
Yeah.
play the game of
Yeah.
duality.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but that's fun, play
Mm.
the game
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
duality. So you are gonna enjoy it. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it
Yes.
because you know it's not serious. It's
Yeah.
the game of duality.
Yes. Yeah. And relating it to this principle, to this guideline, ours, it's about practicing being present
Yes, being present is the
Being,
same as
yeah.
being whole, or
Yeah.
being in connection with what you are,
Mm, mm-hmm.
being what you are, and being, you could say, being in connection what you are, being open to what you are, and being open, when you are open to what others are, others who are the same as I am, we are one, but being
Mm-hmm.
open to what others are, I recognize myself as whole,
Yeah. Yes.
knowing that's all one.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Wow. So much to take in today. And Els, you have some good questions that I might have to practice on Guideline 8. Um, what do you find difficult in being with others? When do you open up or close yourself off in a group? What helps you see the light in others? And what did you once see as your shadow side that has now become lighter for you? So, Els, I wondered if you'd like to just explain what helps you see the light in others.
What what helps me is stay away from judgments,
Mm,
and be present with an open heart and an open mind. So when I feel a judgment coming up, or when I see a judgment coming up, just leave it there and don't mess with it.
mm,
Just don't grab it. It comes up and it goes. When I don't give words to it, when I don't take it in and make stories around it, it comes and
mm,
goes. And I really don't. I always say to myself, I don't know. A judgment comes up, and then I think, can I be sure that it is true? And the answer is always, always no. I
yeah,
just don't know. And that helps me to withdraw from it, and then when I don't grab it, it just flies away.
mm,
I don't have to put it away, whatever. It comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. And
yeah,
judgments will come. You open your eyes in the morning, there they are.
yeah.
Shit, the weather. It's sunny, it's raining. But when I don't mess with it, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. What a nice way to end.
Yeah, and quite a while. When I don't see love, if I don't see love, I haven't looked properly. That is what I had as a mantra also. When I
Yes.
don't recognize love, I haven't looked properly.
When I
So
don't
look again.
recognize them. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Look again. I think
Yeah,
that's good to have on the end of it too. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Els.
Okay,
Appreciate
Paula,
it.
thank you so
Okay.
much. See you
See you
next
next
time.
time.
Bye bye.
Bye.